G'day everybody and welcome to another episode of This Week in Crypto. My name is Craig Cobb, your host, and I'm going to start by looking at the charts. Because what happened this week? Well, not a lot until last night. Taking a look at Bitcoin right now on this daily chart, what we're seeing right now, this chart here, what we're seeing is we did struggle at 10,000. We got up through it just a wee bit before, of course, selling off last night at 6.33%, which is the most volatility we've had in about 2 weeks. You know, we did push up through 10,000, sold back off through 10,000, and then a very slow, quiet period of consolidation, which made trading conditions on perpetual contracts rather difficult, rather slow, and rather illiquid. So now it's about looking at the charts and seeing what do we have next. Could we move lower? Absolutely we could. We now have a potential lower high. We've got to get a little bit more momentum to the downside, but I don't know right now. I don't have enough information there at this stage to be really confident on that. If I jump down the time frames, you look at the 4 hour here, there's a higher high, higher low. If I go lower again, well, I'm starting to get into that crypto cradle strategy that I trade quite frequently, and we've got a little bearish candle there. I want to see more structure, a roll over to get me that nice cyclicity of the charts. But what caused this, and what is the market saying? Well, let's go ahead and have a look across the board and see exactly what we've got. Our market cap right now is at 266 billion with 5,576 cryptocurrencies. Can you believe it? Bitcoin dominance is sitting roughly around 64.9, which has sort of been flexing around most of the year, up to about 72, I think was around about the highest we've got. And you can see across the board some very significant pullbacks going on. Not too much gaining against the market over the last little while, the last 24 hours. A lot of red out there. So, yep, I'm sure your bags are hurting a little bit right now. But what I want to do is I want to take you to the blog. Because, I did some more with CoinMarketCap this week. If you want to know about the buy and sell zone in a written form, then you can go and do that. You can also jump down to the bottom of this article that I wrote about my cradle zone. You can jump in here, read, and you can look at the video here, or you can just Google it. You can just find it on YouTube. So I did doing some stuff with CMC. It's really going well, and I look forward to bringing you more. Other than that, that's in the blog section of CMC. Let's have a look what is going on out here in the rest of the crypto world. Okay, Celsius Network sells over 2/3 of 15 million equity offering on first day. Okay. Estonia crypto companies lose permits after $220 billion scandal. What on earth is that? Withdrawing permits from hundreds of... Oh, okay. Money laundering scandal. That's a lot of money. Estonia, one of the European Union's most crypto-friendly countries, is cracking down on hundreds of licensed crypto companies in response to a $220 billion money laundering scandal. Jeez. That's quite intense. It's the first step in tightening up the market, allowing us to take... Look, I suppose this is... it's drawing on one of the things that we need to get over as an industry, I believe, which is about this whole... nefarious activities, money laundering, that sort of thing. Now, one of the things you'll see in here is the banks. Okay, that's $220 billion. Now, I'm sure that's gone through a lot of different areas and a lot of different angles. Don't forget, HSBC, the largest money launderer in the world, according to the information that I have read. Okay, so they have been caught for that. Many banks and institutions have as well. Crypto is still a very small part of that, very, very small part of that, but tightening up those regulations will certainly help. There is no doubt about that. It is really a good, it's a really good looking, headline there as well. 36 billion cross-border Bitcoin taxation. Again, it's not really the sort of news that I like, to be fair. Okay, so what have we got here? The whole market. Let's see if they can tell us anything about what we saw. Bitcoin's struggle to reclaim 10,000 came to an abrupt end as the price suddenly dropped to 9,100. Well, did it go that low, did it? Yeah, it did. Well, what do you know? Okay, so we did see that fall. It happened quite quickly. It's what Bitcoin does. And look, you know what? The longer Bitcoin does nothing, the more likely it is to do something big. And that something big, unfortunately, was to the downside. 10,000 appears to be a very resistance-prone area at the moment. That round net level is really, really, really important. Now, of course, we'd seen lows of 9,070, modest bounce. Yes, that's right. The all exchanges revenue point is increased selling pressure as 7,073 Bitcoin flowed into exchanges in 8 hours. Ooh, that's quite interesting. Obviously, exiters. We'll have to see if that's going to carry through, and we'll have a look at that. But it's not telling us too much there, other than it fell, and there was a number of Bitcoin that came onto the market. We'll just see if there's anything else interesting here. Yeah, we've forgotten that. Well, many people have forgotten that the halving event was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now. So, are we going to be able to get a little bit more movement to the upside? We'll have to wait and see. I can't see anything else there that really jumps out at me. We'll come across the CoinDesk. Yes, stocks. Carnage. It's dragged Bitcoin down, and that might have something to do with that covering positions in equities, as we did see the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the Russell tumble overnight. It's not really a surprise to me. What was more of a surprise is just how aggressively it moved higher, and exactly where it's moved to. Stimulus, pushing more money into a broken system. To me, it's very frustrating. I traded through the GFC. It was one of the events that really gave me the capital to be able to do this full time. It gave me the confidence, not just the capital, but the confidence to do what I do and to go out there and trade professionally. And I got to say, really sad seeing what it did to people. What I can see here is corporate buybacks, the rich piling their money in, inflating stocks' values, and then they'll dump. Is this the beginning of the dump? Am I going to be wrong? I hope so. Never have I hoped to be wrong before in my life. But all this money coming in to inflate stock prices, you look at something like, Hertz, I think it was. They said they went bankrupt. They were going under, and they spiked 40% in a day, Boeing up 30% in a day. This beggars belief. It really doesn't make any sense. It's like the 2017 crypto bull run, but with trillions of dollars being thrown around. Will this be good for Bitcoin? Who knows? If there's a massive fall in the market, I can't see it being good unless Bitcoin holds its value. If there is governments that are taking more control, perhaps it might lean to it. At the end of the day, I'm paid to trade. I'm paid to do what I see, trade what I see, not what I think. Naturally, I do have my theories, and I do like to share those as well. We'll have to wait and see. Will it continue to drag Bitcoin down, and will it continue to fall in its own right? Only time will tell. Ooh! Here's some juice for the table. Bit of breakfast, bacon and eggs, and a bit of orange juice. Quadriga was a Ponzi scheme. Well, that fellow, dead, vanished, whatever it is. He's certainly the only person in control of these assets. Gee whiz. How does a business like this exist? And this is what comes back to the regulation side of things, guys. It's very, very important to make sure that these these exchanges are regulated, or if not regulated, regulated. We want to have some form of regulation really in place, some form of accountability, because right now, look, you can see down here, missing customer funds close to 200 million. That's huge. That's your money. That's my money. That's mum and dad's money. That's not good. So I really hope they get him. I really hope they do. It's a horrible, horrible state of affairs, but a bit of closure there. We know what it was now. Hopefully we can move on. It wasn't an issue with security. It wasn't hacked. It was just straight up stolen. Okay, mutual fund or giant Vanguard wraps phase 1 of digital asset. Okay, ooh, digital asset. Power struggle takes toll. Okay, let's have a look here. No, launch unstoppable domains. Meet the pro Bitcoin anti-bit license. Okay, that's not that much. I'm looking to see if there's more information that lends to market movement. I'm a trader, so I'm reading it from a trader's point of view. I can't see anything there. We'll jump across to Mickey. That's referring to the fall that we saw in Bitcoin, wiping 18 billion from its value. Bitcoin facing heavy resistance following a weekend rebound. That was a little while back, obviously. What's this? Dynamic coin offering. Okay, so someone's coming up with an idea to create something like the ICO or the IEO, and it looks like, well, is it going to be on XRP? Let's have a look here. Wild West Nature, yes, ICO, Okay, a new way of crowdfunding. Enter the dynamic coin offering, which could revolutionize. Isn't that a great word? We use that all the time. It's going to revolutionize. Remember 2007? It will revolutionize. All you had to do was say things like, it's a $45 billion market for which we come in and revolutionize. Yeah, okay. Let's keep moving. Is there anything here? Orion first, Systems Orion, DEF. There will be 3 buyback rounds over this period during which 100% of tokens are refunded back for 80% of the sale price, meaning that refunds can potentially push the supply back to zero. Look, I'm not really one of these people that jump into ICOs and all that sort of thing. It's not really my thing. I've done it a couple of times and got burnt both times. My silly mistake. I listened to somebody else, and it doesn't matter who that person is either. It makes no difference. It's my responsibility. It's my decision. But I did FOMO and I did cop it. And I just stick to what I know now. And what I know is the charts. What I know is trading. So I work with that. Now, across the whole market right now, there is going to no doubt be a little bit of trepidation, what's going on? I feel it. You got to think about ways you can manage your portfolio. What I always like to do, whether I'm in a really big profitable trade, and it's usually in that case, because usually I leave things until that point, is to go through some scenarios. So, here are the scenarios. Let's say Bitcoin was to go from where we are now at 93.55 to 7,000, and I did nothing. Am I comfortable with that? Am I happy with that? Or with my Bitcoin holdings, would I feel better? Would I feel more confident, more comfortable to move some of that into a stable coin? Maybe half, maybe a quarter. I don't know. That's up to you. So if it does fall, well, yeah, okay, the majority of my holdings might have copped a hit, but I can buy it back over here when I feel comfortable to do so with a quarter or a half or whatever it may be. Start to think about the scenarios that could play out. Things that can make you and your life in crypto a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more easy, and a little bit less anxious is probably the best way of putting it. You've got to manage this before you can manage that. So playing out some of these scenarios will help you to leave emotion at the door. Very, very good bit of advice that I was given by my mentors. So that's another week of This Week in Crypto. Guys, don't forget you can get across to the website, subscribe. You can get my very bi-weekly video newsletter. You can also do the courses if you wish to learn to trade. Whether the market goes up or the market goes down, I can show you how to trade to profit from either moves if you get your direction right. I can also show you how to use the accounts. So get on board. I'll speak to you in a week's time. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.